hanging by a thread as the Wolfpack push for at least a place in the £1 million game. The Vikings have yet to win on the road in 13 attempts this season and have not enjoyed back-to-back victories in 12 months. London Broncos' win over leaders Salford earlier today means nothing less now than 2 wins from their last 2 here and at Hull Kingston Rovers next week will do for Francis Cummins if his men have any chance of maintaining their 7-year stay amongst the elite. Delighted to say, got John Wells and Phil Clark alongside me in the commentary box for this one. And Phil, it's not just about the win for Widnes either, is it?
It's not right, you're right. They need it. They're under pressure, but I think they'll cope with it well. I do think that they'll win this. They need the quality, though. Kristen Inu was outstanding last week. We know the class he provides. He needs to demonstrate that class here now today to give the Widnes and their supporters a glimmer of hope and keep them alive for at least 1 more week.
So the Wolfpack in possession first up, and Ashton Sims with this carry into Hansen. That's Bezic quickly away for Patterson. Haraki muscles it. Stakes so high as Wallace stinks a kick over the top. Allowed to bounce and then picked up, collected by Patrick Arvan and immediately enveloped by Matty Russell there. Gary Wheeler. Big shot from on Kristen Inu.
It's great speed from Lusaka, isn't it? They know how important it is to stop Inu and Arvan, 2 big men outside backs for the Widnes side.
Dixon with the tackle on Gubb. Good tackling from Sims this time. Puts McGrath Luluai on the floor. Widnes move into that Toronto half of the field. Just 1.5 minutes gone. Lloyd White gets the ball away. The kick from Finn is a high one. First test and easily passed really by Gareth O'Brien.
Well, when Francis Cummins recruited Liam Finn and put him in that position, he knows he wants him to talk his team through the match, kick them as well accurately through it, put them in the right place at the right time, put the pressure on their opponents. Toronto with a conservative and controlled start to the match with Jake Emmett.
And Toronto will be learning as they go, I think, as they've navigated the way through the early part of this qualifying series, and they've been exposed gradually to better quality opposition. I think they're benefiting from that. I actually fancy Toronto to come away with a win here today.
Need to beat Super League opposition for the first time as Wallace collects that pass and Bezic quickly away for Patterson down the short side and Wheeler's away. Important tackle from Inu. That's the last. It's going to be the turnover. Widnes passed the first defensive test.
Did well to recover because they were short of numbers. We call it a short side, don't we? There's not a lot of man between there and the touchline. They had 3 attackers and with 2 defenders, and he just about got back into position. Owen Buckley now does what wingers are asked to do, don't they? Make some ground early in the tackle count, near to the on line.
Just 19 years of age, Owen Buckley. Lussick with the tackle there on Haraki. Lloyd White wanted a quicker play of the ball. Gubb has it now. Into the waiting arms of Dixon.
You see Joe Mellor, he's in the acting half position, playing in the traditional hooking role coming forward, but he's playing up full-back today. It'd be very, very interesting to see how they bring him into the game. You would expect an awful lot from him in attacking positions. They do rely on him and have relied on him traditionally for many years now. You do not want your full-back to be taken out of the game. You don't want him to be allowed to drift through the game. He needs to be there front and centre in that attacking setup.
Good tackling coming in from McGrath Luluai again for Widnes. They're getting some good meters from acting half here. That was Chase Stanley with the latest scoot. Russell again for Wallace. Wallace has numbers on this near side again. That's an important tackle. Quick play the ball though from O'Brien. Now some room for Patterson. Oh, what a hit that is on Wheeler. Oh, Van lined him up.
Again, that short side, didn't it? There's only 2 meters.
Patterson, there's a pass, but he's put that into touch, Corey Patterson. It looked like a gilt-edged opportunity down the short side again, where they've spent most of this first 4 minutes or so, but Patterson's pass didn't hit the mark.
Tell you what it does show, it shows the Toronto side that's thinking, it's playing with its eyes up, it's having a look at what's in front of them, and in particular the effort from Bob Bezic there to Corey Patterson, because he realised that Pat Arvan had come in with a really well-timed hit, it has to be said, but you've got to back that up. Arvan has to stay alive and recognise that his position as a right winger, he needs to have lead in that right leg, he needs to be covering that right edge where he's come from. Very, very nearly came unstuck there.
This is Runciman though for the Vikings. Hot conditions, lunchtime, kick-off local time.
He's a very important player for the Widnes side. Chris Dean now tackled. One of those second rows you don't notice that much, but essential to a winning side.
Good offload, and Lloyd White with some space here. Opted not to give the ball to Charlie Gubb there. Takes the tackle from Sims. Liam Finn. Aerial again. It's a test, and he's come up with it, Mason Caton-Brown. That was not easy.
The third kick from Liam Finn inside less than 6 minutes, and he's putting it all in between the fullback and the winger, the right winger for Toronto, Caton-Brown. If anything, though, you'd have to say after 5 minutes, the red shirts are playing the game quicker than the black and white ones, aren't they? It does seem as though their play the balls are faster. They're moving, getting downfield very effectively.
London's win over Salford earlier today means nothing less than victory now will do in this one for Widnes if they are to have any chance of extending this 7-year stay among the top flight.
Big call from the referee, says it. There's a knock on at the play the ball. Corey Patterson, I think, has lost possession, and it's the first break really here now. We get in the play. Wallace is the man shown there now in screen.
Yeah, the points difference argument is a very compelling one. You look at Toronto as they go into this game now, because of London's victory, both sitting on 6 points. The points difference between the two teams is 19 points, so it's not just about getting a win for Widnes and overturning quite a hefty points deficit, but also equally as important, Toronto would not just want to win, but we want to start putting a little bit of daylight between them and the other challengers in that £1 million game. They see themselves as Super League contenders. They would prefer to do it without having to go through the rigours of a £1 million game, but if they do, they want to make sure that's at home, and points difference is going to play a big part in that.
Compelling battle in the qualifiers in 2018. Mellor with the pass. It's a good hit though on Harrison Hansen. White. And that's Krishnan Inu, gets away from the first couple of defenders, and he's going for the line here, Krishnan Inu. Stand out last week against Halifax. Looking in the mood again. Finn with the pass in the tackle, and White skirts round the edges. Chase Stanley with an important tackle first up, finished off by Josh McCrone, and the ball's come free as well.
That's a good recovery from Josh McCrone, because he was initially brushed off by the crabbing run of Lloyd White. Managed to reconnect and readjust his hips. McCrone get across, complete the tackle, which has forced the error. Referee Robert Hicks is the judge there. That Lloyd White's lost the ball in that secondary contact. I agree with you, Phil. I think Toronto have looked the sprightlier of the two. They're playing what's in front of them. They look more full of energy. Interesting Widnes' decisions at the back end of sets. 2 out of the 3 kicks have gone into that corner. Mason Caton-Brown and Gareth O'Brien. They want to keep it away very clearly from Matty Russell, who's operating that left wing. He's a real dynamo coming out of his own area.
Toronto inching towards Super League status. 3 wins in the qualifiers. Hull Kingston Rovers 19-6 up in Toulouse. That would mean that London stay 5th if it stays like that.
Lucky call from the referee there. That there's an offload by Patterson. He said play on, it went backwards. And they've not taken a backward step here now. They roll forward with Lussick back over the halfway line.
Big collision with Hansen as well. Lussick plays the ball. And that was Bezic. Jake Emmett now under the tackle of Charlie Gubb. And that's Blake Wallace who puts boot to ball. Good take though from Patrick Arvan.
Well, he looked confident when he set off from his wing, came in field, left the ground. This is a tackle here now on the other winger, Owen Buckley. It's a test, isn't it, at this level for him? knows what he has to do. And he gets some very experienced, bigger, stronger men. So enthusiasm will be essential here to make up for that difference in experience and strength so far. Penalty now from the referee. Penalties, something that Toronto need to concern themselves with, conceding as few as possible today.
About 19-12 favourable KR elsewhere. We'll keep you posted with those scorelines and in the Super 8s between Hull and Catalan as well.
There's young Joe Lyon running at the ball, running the line. He's not afraid of these bigger men to take some contact.
There's 3 in the tackle from Toronto. That was Finn. Brilliant pass. Superb ball, and that's a really important tackle from Gareth O'Brien. We want the quick play of the ball as well. That was Mellor's pass. Not quite so good, but he's done really well to stay in the field of play with Buckley. Goes taken over that sideline though.
And that attacking play will lift Widnes' confidence. They've travelled here, sitting in an almost, it's a last chance saloon, isn't it, drink for them here now today, but they've started well, they've found some space. Joe Lyon, the standoff, number 35 in his shirt, taking the ball to the line and offloading. Hot conditions in Toronto, there's a resting play here now, 10-11 minutes gone.
I think this might be Widnes' ball. That ball looked to me like it was touched in flight, which would mean and touched in flight by a Toronto hand, which is ultimately going to lead to, regardless of where that ball finished, is another set look at this Toronto line. This is where I find watching Toronto and watching the Wolfpack and watching their development most interesting, because this is the hardest bit to get right, the hardest element of the game, and that's defence. And defence close to the try line.
Got the numbers right on that occasion. Matty Russell rushes out, puts the pressure on Joe Mellor there. Raki back inside for Inu. He flings the ball inside. That was a good pass for White. Lusick shuts that play down though. Crucial moments these, 11.5 gone, and Lions to scoot away. That was really important for Gareth O'Brien to wrap the ball up just a metre or so away, the Vikings. White's pass. That's Finn. Mellor. That's Runciman. Buckley will come back in. Oh, it's a great ball as well, and Mellor could be over. The first try in Toronto is a Widnes try, and Joe Mellor has it linked with the Wolfpack this week. And the 27-year-old strikes first for the Vikings at the Lamport Stadium.
Well, for the first 5 or so minutes, the Toronto team were red hot, but they've failed to maintain that pace and intensity. And Christine plays a vital role here in linking with Buckley from the wing and then providing the pass to Mellor. At fullback, he's done what all fullbacks need to do: support the ball, put yourself in a position to take advantage if a teammate can get it free. And he knows, he times the run to perfection. You hear the shout, you can see it on his lips, and he puts it down simply to put them ahead.
First try for Joe Mellor since April. Got one at Hull Kingston Rovers in defeat. 16 subsequent games, but that's a really important 4-pointer. A perfect start for Francis Cummins' men in this crucial qualifier.
You say that every pound point will count here. This is an important kick now for Kristen Inu. That tricky distance were midway between the sideline and the goalposts. He's taking his time, wasting as much, refocus. Almost every expert predicts this to be a close game, whichever way you think it'll go, whether it's a Toronto win or a Widnes one. So converting tries at the end of the day might just be the difference.
12 goals so far in the qualifiers, 3 last week against Halifax. The 2 vital points, as you say, Phil. Inu gets them, and 6 points to nil, Widnes ahead.
First blood by Widnes Vikings then. It's a season that's been devoid at times of creative idea and spark. There's one man, I think, who has been at the nucleus of everything that's been good that Widnes have done, and that is Joe Mellor, playing in that unaccustomed position of fullback. We said, didn't we, a couple of minutes ago, that it's important that he stamps his presence on that game, whatever position he may be in. Big contact. Charlie Gubb and Sims come together, and the clock surely will be stopped here. The game will be stopped because there's an issue and a potential head clash between the two prop forwards, Ashton Sims and Charlie Gubb. Heavy, heavy contact. Sims is up on his feet and he's wandering around. Yet to see the condition of Charlie Gubb. There you go, that's his condition. He's on his back and wondering where he is.
Concern for the Widnes medical staff.
He's the real baptism of fire, hasn't he, Charlie Gubb? And his Super League and qualifying campaign so far. A late recruit for the Widnes Vikings. I think on his debut suffered a knee injury. I remember scenes of him rolling off the side of the field and then taking another huge contact here. Of course, we hope that he's all right, and that's just no lasting effects from that collision.
He's backed himself, hasn't he, to run at the three biggest, strongest players for Toronto. Still with the doctor and physio from Widnes taking the time to make sure they do the right thing here, they go through the right process after a serious injury like that, asking the questions, go through each of the steps to ensure that he gets the best possible care right now. I think we sometimes underestimate just how difficult being a doctor or physio is for a rugby game. You run on here, you have to make an immediate decision. Is it a clash of heads between all three of them? Four of them, really?
It's hard to say, there's that much air going on. I've no idea who's connected with who, but you can make the assumption that Charlie Gubb was connected with someone. I think it was Ashton Sims, and he's come off second best, but he's talking to the medical staff. We hope this is just caution rather than anything else.
I'm sure the referee's there saying the signalling, just take your time, do whatever's necessary. No pressure on you at all. Don't take any shortcuts and do what is needed here now to.
Interesting choice of respite music in the background as well. Toronto embracing the qualifiers.
Say he was injured on his debut. That came against London, Charlie Gubb, and he made his first Widnes start at prop last week. It's haunted at least.
Well, he's opening, is it a smile or a grimace? But at least it's a reaction, and his faculties are there, so that we can be relieved for.
You've got to imagine he's going to come from the field or now when the time's right, isn't it, and be replaced.
Certainly, that's.
We might not see him again, so today, amazed if we did. Warrington lost a similar player earlier today, didn't it, at a similar time in the game. Tyrone Roberts left the field. This time it's going to be a big front rower who walks off to be assessed.
And Widnes lose the experience. A player with 5 seasons in the NRL, 40 appearances for New Zealand Warriors. Selected for Queensland residents as well, the 28-year-old. Head on the scoreboard, but a big blow for Francis Cummins' men. Now they're asked to defend close to their own line. There's 3 in the tackle there immediately first up, led by Houston. Another big hit coming in from Runciman. As on O'Brien.
I thought Gareth O'Brien did well, didn't he, to catch and collect the ball, spin in the tackle, and now a further penalty. 6 more players to take it to about 10 consecutive play. The ball's here if they can hold them out the Widnes side. First real test of the defence.
Pressure ramped up by Toronto Wolfpack, and Bezik's pass escaped as McCrone. It comes back for Chase Stanley.
There's only so many times Runciman's going to come out of that line successfully. You can't time it right every single time, and they're giving time and possession and another set of 6 to the Toronto Wolfpack. And this is what we know they are dangerous. This end of the field, they can score. They've really got some strike men.
Massive test to the Widnes defence here then. And O'Brien with possession. It's a great step first up, and he can't get through the tackle of Houston though. Bezic. Inside for Emmett. That was McCrone. Now Sims, he gets the ball away as well. Something perhaps for McCrone this time. And Josh McCrone still going. Mella and Luluai with the tackle. It was Wallace. Now Wheeler, some space in front of him, Gary Wheeler. Really good defence again. That's how close Toronto Wolfpack are. Last chance coming up. Wallace with the crossfield kick, teasing, high kick. Has Dean come up with it?
The referee says it's going to be 6 more plays. This is a test. Widnes knew if they were going to go to Canada and win, there'd be a point in the game where the character, the fitness and the concentration was tested to its max. This just might well be it. Kick this ball out again, and unless they go for a short restart, which I have seen them do previously this season, you suspect Toronto are going to get the ball back and 6 more runs and finding their first 6 points.
And the 3 Brewers located a drop kick away from
Sun beats down at the Lamport Stadium. And it's Widnes feeling the heat in defence as the dropout finds Mason Caton Brown. It's good length on it. Incredible game elsewhere in Toulouse. And it's Hull Kingston Rovers who lead by 19 points to 18. Stan Robin with a drop goal. And Catalan ahead against Hull FC as well. 10 points to 4, the Dragons lead. McCrone. It was O'Brien. Almost got through. Runciman alive to the dummy. McCrone again has Lussick for company this time. Inside that red zone. Wallace and Patterson with some space. Patterson with some strength. And Patterson with the first Toronto try.
Really nice build-up play. They were patient, weren't they? And this is an element of their game that they have improved at over the last 4 or 5 weeks. They looked frustrated with themselves at times early on in this qualifying series. Ironed out a few kinks in that attacking setup. Blake Wallace, it's a lovely flat ball to Corey Patterson. It's very difficult when there's movement around the back of Blake Wallace. There are other options for him, and it's primarily that of Gareth O'Brien, as you can see, just edging off the right-hand side of your picture. Patterson is the beneficiary of that. Toronto, well, they get the clock going on their side of the scoreboard. Just about 18 minutes gone in this game. I get the feeling that this Toronto Wolfpack got more of a patient and competent, confident approach than they have done in previous weeks.
Corey Patterson scored 3 tries at Widnes expense in Salford colours 3 years ago. He got 4 pointers home and away, and in the match in Newcastle as well.
It took them 4 minutes, but they managed to convert the error when Charlie Gubb lost the ball to the first 4 points. So many players attacking the line. Eventually, a clever pass to Patterson gives Gareth O'Brien a chance to lock it up.
O'Brien then to try and make it 6 apiece, and nothing to choose. After 18 minutes at the Lamport Stadium, Toronto Wolfpack 6, Widnes Vikings 6.
I said the game's all about numbers and angles. Just look at the angle that Patterson runs in and then away at the last minute. Pushes Joe Lyon off him. It's a difficult tackle for a smaller man.
The fact it's a one-on-one tackle, he's down to that line running, that ghosted line run from Gareth O'Brien out the back. That took Christian Inu's attention away from that front line runner. You would normally have eyes as a centre for your front line runner in Patterson, looking to help out, particularly young and experienced half in Joe Lyons. And he's had to, or felt he's had to commit to that really impressive line run out the back by Gareth O'Brien, and that's left Corey Patterson free to take on Lyons one-on-one. That's why the scores are 6 apiece.
Christian Inu with the restart. Houston puts the shoulder in this time. Sims on the ground. Oh, big hit this time on Lusick. Came in from Luluai, and the ball's come free. Oh, White leaps onto it.
He loses the ball, though I think the referee said 2 knock-ons here now. He's changed his mind. A high tackle. Widnes guilty. Going too high. Took him a while to get there for the decision. At first he thought it was a knock-on here. See where the high tackle is at that point, but maybe there at the end. Ball around from Haraki, arm around his head.
That allows Toronto to move into that Widnes half of the field, looking for back-to-back tries. The hosts here. Almost a quarter of the match gone. Up at 6 apiece, a fascinating game and a fascinating struggle for Super League in 2018. Runciman wrestles himself free. Dixon with the tackle. Finn wants a quicker play of the ball, gets possession now. Picks out Chris Dean. Now Houston. Solid carry. White. That was Finn.
Pretty simple plays, I guess, intended to gain ground. At some point, you've got to do something to attack your opponents.
Dean brought to ground by Dixon. Here is Finn again. Now Inu via Haraki. Russell with an important tackle alongside Wheeler there. Some space though on this Widnes right-hand side.
The referee's blown a penalty, so they'll get more fun here, more time to attack. Markers not square, the 2 men in front of the play the ball have to stand behind one another. He said no, they stood at the side of each other.
Really good opportunity then for Francis Cummins' side, already in that 20-metre zone as Houston takes it up first for the Vikings. Emerton Lusick with the tackle. White holds on initially, then gets the ball away. It's an untidy pass, and via the boot of Houston finds Mellor.
Very heavy tackle on Lloyd White, just about getting back to his feet, and another penalty awarded. The referee says the ball's been stolen from Mellor, stripped. So before the game, when I was talking with Brian Carney, that Toronto's discipline is a big question for me, whether they'll make the £1 million match, whether they'll be good enough to get into Super League. Last week, although they managed to win, they did concede 3 penalties more than their opponents, and too often they're on the wrong end of a penalty count.
Bezic this time on Lloyd White, sorely missed this year by the Vikings. It's only his 6th start of 2018. He's taking on water, the heat obvious from the pictures. High noon in Toronto. Christian Inu with the chance then to put Widnes back in front.
Time off.
3 goals against Halifax, 3 in Toulouse as well, and 4 in the home defeat to London. His second goal at the Lamport Stadium makes it Toronto 6, Widnes 8.
They have been bouncing back one. They're midway through this first 40 with a narrow lead. Lost Charlie Gould, but other than that, I think they'll be pretty content with the way it's gone.
Time off.
Even Patrick Arvan on the right side of the field. Two talented players who just want some time and space with the ball.
Salford Toulouse, Thursday, 7:30, Sky Sports action. The action coming thick and fast for you on Sky Sports. Leeds against Toronto, 24 hours later. 7:30 start Friday, Sky Sports Arena for that one. Then another qualifiers match, London against Halifax. Remember, 7 o'clock start next Saturday for that one, Sky Sports Arena. 3 huge matches here on Sky Sports. The qualifiers reach their climax.
Go for.
Haraki plays the ball. 4 tackles gone. Kick from Mellor. Now O'Brien to bring it back for Toronto. The chase is good though, led by White. He takes O'Brien back another 5 or so metres as Lulawai puts the shoulder in.
That's impressive from Widnes. Good set, kick in the corner. And the conditions as hot and as oppressive as they're going to be, territory is absolutely vital. You're making the Toronto Wolfpack really have to work to get out of their own half of football. You can see here now the back sharing the workload, really relieving the forwards. They're the ones that are doing all the tackling in the middle.
Every metre fought for here. Good offload though from Adam Sidlow for Bezic. On the last tackle here.
40.
So Wallace kicks from the 40, straight down the throat of Mellor. Now Arvan launches the counter. Catalan Dragons bossing things in East Yorkshire. Hull FC 4, Catalan 12.
It's unsurprising, a nervous approach now from both teams. There aren't many passes or any offloads. Just trying to control the ball, get to the end of the field. An injury here for the winger, Owen Buckley. He's got a hip and a head problem at the present. He's saying that the back of his neck is twisted here in this tackle. He goes back into the player, and then Chase Stanley's body just compresses the head down. The referee looks as though he might be having a word with Chase Stanley here. The right centre, he's got his hand in his pocket. This is a worry inside, and the yellow card's out. He's gone for 10.
Well, I've got a degree of sympathy for Chase Stanley here. Buckley's backed into him and then fallen to the floor. It's the last movement, yeah. It's difficult for Chase Stanley. Contradicting myself on a commentary that we were involved in earlier today for, saying that players have a duty of care to one another to make sure that there's that they don't injure an opposing player in that sort of manner. And I think there's got to be a look at this rule. There's a lot of players now that are coming into the tackle and as an attempt to roll out end up reversing into a tackle, which makes them vulnerable to that sort of Crushers type tackle.
Chase Stanley sees yellow again. He was sin-binned against Salford a fortnight ago as well, the Kiwi international. Concern for Owen Buckley. Gets to his feet. It is to say.
He can't have imagined at the start of the season, Owen Buckley, that he'd be in this situation right now, he's been playing in Toronto in a game with this pressure. Good luck to him, and I hope he recovers and gets back on. It looks as though he's going to be fine to play on.
Signed a 2-year deal with the Vikings in April, Buckley. Looking for his first in the qualifiers. Houston. Patterson's tackle. Lloyd White, some space on that short side perhaps.
He's got quality. Linfin wants to feed him all afternoon.
Really quick play of the ball as well from Christine. Let's put Vikings on the front foot here.
Move line, Corey. Hold the line, Gareth. Bob, hold, go through.
Lloyd White. Houston again.
Joe Lyons bounces it between players under. He's a dangerous attacking young ball runner.
Shut down by Dixon on that occasion, and White's pass inching closer. Widnes held by Emmett this time. Harrison Hansen. White again. Finn gets the kick away. There was big pressure on him. Van manages to promote it further. It's going to go forward here, though, and the turnover called by Robert Hicks.
Good defensive scrambling work by Toronto. Warming into this game. It is poor from Widnes. It's poor pass selection, poor end of the set. Probably not close enough to the line for that sort of kick.
About 10 metres short, would you say?
Yeah, that's good. If you're going to put a kick up like that, that's really going to try and put an opposition player under pressure. And it needs to be with the downside to him getting it wrong is that it's a potential try. Well, 10 metres out, you've got every chance of stopping that. What Widnes haven't been able to take advantage of, then certainly for the first couple of minutes, is Chase Stanley's absence from the field. Remember, he was sin-binned for a Crusher-style tackle on young Owen Buckley. They've survived the first examination with a 12-man defence of Toronto, now working their way out. Rather comfortable, whilst not playing any expansive rugby at the moment. Conditions would certainly look to favour Widnes heavily in the next 7 or 8 minutes. That man lacking in defence will mean everybody else has got to work that little bit harder. That's great work with bearing those exact sentiments in mind. Get the ball off the park and get yourself a minute to get some oxygen into the lungs and prepare for this next defensive set, man.
Exactly what was required in these conditions as well. And Widnes will take this scrum in their own half of the field. A chance for Toronto to exert some real pressure. Ended a 17-game losing streak with that home defeat of Halifax 7 days ago. Relief for Francis Cummins. So much work for them to do. They need to win both their remaining fixtures, remember. They lead here. They go to Hull Kingston Rovers next weekend. 2 huge matches, and speaking of Hull Kingston Rovers, Toulouse have turned things around spectacularly across the channel. They lead by 1 point. Toulouse 20, Hull Kingston Rovers 19. The latest thriller in this hugely entertaining qualifiers of 2018.
What a riposte that is, Ben, to the London Broncos' victory earlier on today. You know, it's really thrown up a number of different permutations for that £1 million game, not just the 2 combatants, but where it's going to be held to. As we see 2 combatants on the field as well, then a bit of push and shove, but meanwhile the game goes on. Inu picks up and goes. Yeah, it's fascinating stuff, isn't it? Toronto, Toulouse, the London Broncos with the victory today. A victory, they're in the victory, well-earned victory against Salford as well. Things are wide open now at that end of the table.
And Widnes still not out of it either, as they move forward again. Last one coming up. What have they got in the locker? Mason Caton-Brown holds on for as long as he dare. It's Finn with a crossfield kick.
It's a better kick.
It's taken down, but it's going to come up for Toronto.
Well, that's where Arvan and Inu needed it to land. Okay, they didn't turn it into points, they survived, but they were putting Toronto, stress testing them on their own line.
What a purchase Gareth O'Brien's been. They went big for him earlier this end of last season, was it, for the start of this season. Paid a transfer fee to the Salford Red Devils for him, but he's been exceptional. Great attacking weapon, but also defensively finds himself in the right place once again to tidy up what was a potentially really dangerous looking rolling ball just to the right hand side of the sticks. You get to towards the end of the set, and that's healthy meters as well. Dixon plays the ball. Last play of the set, Bezic short side. They're running this, Ben.
They are running it on the last, but they've got in to touch over on that far side, so it will be the turnover for Widnes. You mentioned Gareth O'Brien. This one will be ringed by him in the calendar. He had 4 Super League appearances on loan at Widnes back in 2012 when he was a Warrington player. Fair few former clubs, to be fair to him.
And do you know what? Toronto could well see the best of Gareth O'Brien. I think he's a player that has improved steadily and progressively over his career. He had that yo-yo effect, didn't he? In and out of sides, out on loan for the first 2 or 3 years of his professional career. He's seen plenty of clubs. I think Toronto may well see the best of him.
Back here. Hold.
Olberson for the Vikings. That was Lloyd White. They get the ball into the arms there of Joe Lyons, but immediately closed down heavily by Wheeler.
They've lost the ball here. This is a real pressure test here now from the Toronto side. The touch judge has to make a decision. He says, yes, they've lost the ball. They've upped their intensity in defence for 2 or 3 minutes here now and managed to force a mistake. They were good for the first 5 to 10 minutes. They want to be the best team in the last 10 of this first half. Wheeler's got a little injury, but he's going to walk that off, grit his teeth and bear the pain.
It was his urgency that's put them in this position, and the noise levels rise around the Lamport Stadium in recognition of that effort from Gary Wheeler with his 100th career appearance against Leeds. So injury prone, it took a decade to reach that milestone. With the most unlucky players in the competition, just showing what he can do in defence to set this position up now for Toronto. And O'Brien into the tackle of Runciman. Again, steady progress forward. Sidlow, Bezic, it's Hansen around the top. Pushed off by Olberson. Little dummy there. Andy Acker's lively off the bench, as always. Wallace, space for him. Good pass as well, even better pass. And Matty Russell in the corner for Toronto. They're back in the lead. 9 to go first half. And the momentum shifts again at the Lamport Stadium.
That was exceptional. We were just talking about Gareth O'Brien and his value to this Toronto Wolfpack side, how they may well see the best of him. Have a look at this for a setup. Wallace, he's got that front line runner getting Patterson. That had undone Lyons before. I think he stayed a fraction of a second too long. Don't forget that a number down in attack as well. Holds the ball up there, and it just holds that defence long enough to allow Gareth O'Brien to feed Russell in the corner, who takes the ball well. Toronto Wolfpack retake the lead.
By grabbing all the shirts. If they didn't know the shirts, I can then penalise
Matty Russell, second.
I'll just let it go.
Qualifiers, he got one in the defeat at Salford a fortnight ago. Appeared in both major finals with Warrington 2 years ago. Opportunity for Gareth O'Brien, having supplied that try to improve it. 2 more points.
It's a significant score, is that, and it's put Toronto into the lead for the first time today. We'll go 4 points clear. Gareth O'Brien is an extremely competent goal kicker. I realise as I say that, I'm going to get him with a commentator's curse. There we go. Evidence once again. So the score stay at 10 points to 8, but significantly above everything else. Yeah, I like the execution, I like the way they've done that.
It's a great passer, but he'd be relieved that the opposite winger, Patrick Arvan's, decided to come in, and I'm not really sure who he's marking there. He's not backed himself. Look, if you think, Christian Inu seems to have the man in front of him.
Yeah, it's a good setup. I think feel the damage was done in the Patterson try earlier on in the game, and that's really contributed to Inu and to Lyons holding maybe that fraction too long, and that does have a knock-on effect then.
Mason Gaten Brown collected the restart. Ball back in it. Over to the Catalan Dragons, just 2 points of difference there now. Buchanan.
Move, Chris! Hold now, hold! Go on the toes! 3!
Sidlow.
Move, Tom! Hold!
Olberson with the tackle.
Go!
Alongside Houston.
Russell we've not seen a lot of, but now he's decided to get himself around the play, the ball bouncing like a pinball from one defender to another.
Hold! Go!
Urgency from Ackers, frees Dixon.
Great
on the
one.
right-hand side.
Excellent one from Dixon. Angling back in behind the ruck, that natural soft spot behind the ruck. You get the momentum, your markers are ineffective, and he's earned a penalty for his side as well.
Widnes just couldn't live with the pace of that attack there from Toronto. Andrew Dixon doing the damage.
Some of the people who are involved with Toronto think that Andrew Dixon's possibly the player of the season. He's given great value. Really consistent performer.
Chase Stanley just got a shot off there. Racing Josh McCrone. He's obviously back on the field now.
Plays it forward.
We'll be back to a full complement of 13.
A long-range penalty goal attempt. You know, we probably have the distance with a kick into you like that. That won't be an issue. It's just the accuracy.
Well, with 5 minutes to go before half-time, they had been a man down and had to work an awful lot harder than Widnes. They've scored the points. This will be a decent turnaround in fortunes for them going into the half-time break.
Approaching the final 5 minutes. O'Brien gets 2 more points. He doesn't. It's gone wide of the target, in fact, and the margin stays 2. Toronto 10, Widnes 8.
Well, one toucher seemed undecided. He looked to the other who waved it away, didn't he? Said no. The one on the left decided it wasn't over. Now again, whether it went over the top, Gareth O'Brien's disappointed there. He knows that was how important that penalty goal could have been.
How important could that decision be at the end of this one? 5 to go to half-time.
Nice, passing it now, a bit more enterprise here from the Toronto team. We've not seen many passes thrown so far, but they want to open it up here. 1 time to half-time, 4 minutes plus. There's points coming.
Wallace played the ball. Bezic looking for a quick play the ball this time. They don't get one particularly though. Sidlow plays it. Inching closer. McCrone.
Well, it's been tapped by Buckley now. He's got an option. Is he going for the forward pass here? Yeah. There was a hand in from Widnes. It was Buckley, but they're going to say that this tip here from O'Brien to Stanley was a forward pass.
Widnes will be pleased with this decision. Liam Finn prepares to feed the scrum. And they strike back before half-time. Big collision there from Inu.
Moving up again, aren't they? Adam Sidlow, some fresh men on for Toronto, fresh in there. They didn't start the match. They've got the energy, haven't they, to move up as quickly as the starters. Yaka's another one of those guys who's come off the subs bench.
Widnes substituting action there, though. Sam Wilde, Toulouse, now 24-19 up on Hull Kingston Rovers. Mellor. Houston. Widnes attack continues, ball comes free. Liam Finn. Gets the ball away for Buckley, back inside.
I think shaking forward. They'll stop playing, give a scrum down to Toronto, but taking a chance, didn't they? Threw the ball wide.
Looking for Runciman.
The side looks too concerned with forming this scrum to stop the clock. They both look as though they'd be content to get to half-time at 10-8. Regroup, refresh themselves with a drink. Buckley backs himself on the outside, but by the time he's held, the referee says, no, that's a forward pass to Charlie Runciman. Each team's going to have the energy for that second effort. Second half play, so that's a high tackle penalty here. There's maybe just time here if Toronto go quickly to get to the other end of the field here. Another chance at some points. Ackers kicks the touch quickly.
Chris Houston apologises to Mason Caton-Brown.
Well, it's conceded too easily, though, isn't it? You know, play one, got them where they want them, plenty of metres between them and any kind of recognisable danger, and to come and offer up 15 metres, 20 metres for free is too much. But that is the half-time break. Toronto go in 10 points to 8 in front. A really interesting first 40 minutes, Ben.
Absolutely, it's Toronto who lead at the break. It was Widnes who took the lead early on 13 minutes. That was Mellor with that one. Patterson replied for Toronto. An Inu penalty goal made it 8 points to 6 in favour of the Widnes Vikings. But Matty Russell, with 9 to go, have given Wolfpack the lead at half-time. At the break, it's Toronto 10, Widnes 8.
Shoulder into the ribs and then leg drive from that point.
Kayak's price forecast helps me decide if I should wait for a better price or book my flights now. For travel, I trust Kayak. For everything else, I trust myself.
If you spit blood, you may have gum disease and could be on a journey to much worse. Help stop the journey of gum disease. Switch to Corsadil toothpaste. It's 4 times more effective at removing the main cause of bleeding gums. For healthy gums and strong teeth, help leave bleeding gums behind. Corsadil Ultra Clean.
Full on till it's gone.
On a Riviera Travel river cruise, we'll take your senses on a voyage. Whether that's stepping into a different era or discovering new and exciting cities, while enjoying our spacious cabins and suites and tasting our award-winning service. Luxury river cruising costs less than you think at rivieratravel.co.uk. The world within reach.
It starts with Asda and our big toy rollback, like these, now £30 each, plus more big savings on hundreds of other toys. Asda, save money, live better.
I'm gonna make it good. I'm gonna do it right.
Everything we're made of powers everything you're made of. Special K, powering you.
Dine for $9.99 from Domino's. Any size pizza for only $9.99 each when you buy 2 or more. Domino's, the official food of everything.
Sports. 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 Golf. Tennis. Hockey. Hi-ya. Sports. Cricket. Sports. Rugby. Snooker. Sports.
Football? Yeah, of course football.
Look, why don't you just go ahead and get me the odds on the Irish to win the ping pong?
Don't bet silly, bet savvy.
Get a super smart boost from Coral of 7-2 on Alexander Povetkin to be knocked down in the first 3 rounds. The smart money's on Coral.
We're giving away 10,000 rugby balls.
Man down.
And England tickets when you buy Tyrrells. Absurdly good.
Son, I'm starting over. I've moved to LA to follow my dream of being an actor. An adult actor.
That's nothing. I've just rented a Maserati Levante for only £79 from Sixt. Yay!
Yay! Sixt, drive smug.
Coming up live on Sky Sports, the Ryder Cup is back.
Believe in blue.
It's too negative. Well, hang on a minute, that's how we work, innit? I'm too negative, you're too positive. Like a battery. Won't work with both ends being positive, would it?
So happy together.
The Premier League weekend continues with West Ham, Chelsea and Arsenal, Everton. Live on Sky Sports Premier League.
We've got to grind the team down.
Moving ever closer. Anthony Joshua back at Wembley defending his world heavyweight titles against Alexander Povetkin. If you are a Sky customer, go to channel 491 or the box office if you want to book this event. For more information on all the ways to watch, go to skysports.com/Joshua. Cable customers, contact your operator. Massive crowd expected at the National Stadium. We're bringing you action from the Lamport Stadium in Toronto, where the home side have a 2-point lead over the Widnes Vikings in round 6 of the Super League Super 8 qualifiers. 2 tries, Patterson and Russell for the Toronto Wolfpack, 1 for the Widnes Vikings. That the one that opened the scoring through Joe Mellor. Right, there's another game in the qualifiers and a very important one. It's going on over in France at the moment. 28-19 Toulouse lead. Well, if that doesn't surprise you, it should, because at one stage it was 19-0 to Hull Kingston Rovers. Toulouse have hit back a couple of tries from Christian Trone, Marguerite with a try, Stan Robin with a try, and Rhys Kern with a try. 28-19 they lead at the moment. 16-10 over the KCOM Stadium to the Catalan Dragons. Right, let's look at the first 40 minutes from the Lamport Stadium here, Phil Clark, and where Widnes Vikings opened up the scoring in a game they simply must win.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Toronto started initially as the stronger side, but it was great play. One of the first attacking chances that Widnes had. They've kept the ball alive, and that great pass there, soft one there from Christine to Joe Mellor, gave them the chance to go 6-0 ahead. But then a sustained period of possession near to the opponent's line eventually allowed Corey Patterson to crash through the tackle from Joe Lyons, just changes his direction, gets on the outside of him, big man on a smaller man, pushed him away, and that locked us up then. Sorry, that was the first try for the side at 6-6.
Yeah, that was 6 points apiece. You had reference pre-game the ill discipline for the Toronto Wolfpack, perhaps going to cost them. Christian Yu knocked over a penalty 8-6 after Toronto infringed. Then we had this, Phil. Your thoughts on this? Chase Stanley on Owen Buckley.
People may argue that the tackle's completed, did no need to compress. I mean, it's dangerous and people are sometimes seriously injured, so I haven't got a problem. I understand we need to try and eradicate from that game. Sometimes those accidents do happen, but it then didn't take much longer then for Toronto. At this end of the field here again, great pass from Gareth O'Brien, and Russell waits patiently to dot it down in the corner, but again the conversion missed, a difficult one from the sideline. The ability that Toronto have with Gareth O'Brien, I mean, he's a Super League standard fullback, put it in that position and can deliver the right pass at the right time.
All right, well, Gareth O'Brien did have a chance to extend the lead just before the final whistle of the first half from quite a distance. And as you pointed out, Phil, touch judge on the left-hand side looking fairly unsure, but I suppose consensus in the end, neither of them thought it went over. Look, this is a game that Widnes simply must win. The way the scorelines are going now, with London's win over Salford earlier today, Toulouse beating Hull Kingston Rovers. I mean, we'll have to have a look at the updated table, but can you see Widnes? Can you see them still?
I can, yes. I mean, I think that the heat and the conditions will play a part. It's impossible, isn't it, to know how that will affect both sides and which squad of 17 players have got the most to give over 80 minutes, because the game's gone in ebb and flows, hasn't it? Teams have had possession and struck.
Has it ebbed or flowed, Phil, or was it a Widnes fading away towards the end of that first half as Toronto came strongly back into it?
I thought Toronto started the stronger. Widnes had a purple patch in the middle, and then Toronto finished as the dominant team. They get a 15-minute rest here now to recover, and Widnes have a chance to do something with it. Now, Lloyd White, I think, is very important in the side. Whether the Toronto team tire in the middle, which allows more space for Lloyd White to show what he can do. Very clever attacking player, but they need possession in good part of the field.
You were confident pre-game in your assertion that the Widnes Vikings would win.
Yes.
Do you stand by that with them trailing by 2 points at halftime?
Narrowly, and I think what's important is the goal kicking. The misconversions from Toronto might just cost them at the end of this.
Yeah, so little to choose between the two sides. Widnes Vikings, no doubt, would be very confident of reeling back in that 2-point deficit. We'll have the second 40 minutes from the Lamport Stadium in Toronto coming up for you after a break on this very, very important day in the Super 8 qualifiers.
I would just like to say a few words, totally unprepared, of course. Firstly, happy birthday, Greg. We have known each other for a very long time. Don't give me that look. Classic Greg. And secondly, because Greg is by home insurance to compare the market, I'm splitting the bill. So, if you'd all like to raise a glass to Greg!
To Greg!
Meerkat Meals. Get 2 for 1 on starters, mains and desserts when you buy, so compare the market.
I can find and fund my car.
Visit the home of feel-good car buying today.
Find and fund my car.com.
happy welcome.
As an engineer, I know how to keep complex systems running like clockwork. With Dalcolax, my constipation expert, I feel in control to get discreet relief when I want it. Choose your preferred Dalcolax option, from overnight relief to relief in minutes and softening of hard stools. Dalcolax, keep things going.
She never wears matching socks. She has the messiest bedroom that you have ever seen. And
He
she
is never on
time.
time. His laugh sounds like a rusty car engine and he snores like a rhino. He has a good taste in clothes.
She has stolen 6 of my T-shirts this year and she thinks I don't know.
He still owes me £13.50.
Fight Club is our favourite film.
The Lion King is his favourite film, but he tells everyone it's Fight Club.
She knows my number off by heart.
He always checks I get home safe.
We need to end this.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider, out now.
Play it on Xbox One.
Well, hello there, Sky Store customers.
Hit it!
This sexy red spandex has become kind of a big deal since the first Deadpool. People can't keep their hands off me. I'm an X-Men.
Shut it!
Buy or rent Deadpool 2 in Sky Store now.
Big name interviews and my take on the political stories that matter to you.
We've named the route we're taking Line 80.
The podcast featuring news and interviews from the world of entertainment.
In-depth context and discussion with our correspondents.
All-out politics podcast. What a week it's been.
Sky News Daily Podcast. News and analysis on the day's top stories.
That was an absolute wicked kick, that.
It's a different feeling. Everything has a consequence and it's very nerve-wracking.
It's more than a final, it's people's livelihoods.
It's not like anything I've ever been involved in really before.
Fuad Yaha will wrap it up for the Dragons. Mission accomplished. Super League in 2018 now for sure. Miller then finds Washbrook and Washbrook scores for Wakefield. They are back in Super League. O'Brien has gone for it and he's shot it. O'Brien has saved Salford.
It has at times brought unimaginable drama to the game. The £1 Million game, Sunday, October the 7th, 6:30 p.m. on Sky Sports Arena and Sky Sports main event. The £1 Million game positions currently held by the Toronto Wolfpack and London Broncos, but that is constantly changing. At half-time in the Toronto Wolfpack's game against the Widnes Vikings, it is 10-8 to the home side, 2 tries to 1. There's another very important game going on over in the south of France. Toulouse leading now 30 points to 19, having trailed 19-0 at one stage. And over the KCOM Stadium in the Super 8s, a game between two sides who are playing out their seasons, the Catalan Dragons lead 16-14. Talanoa with the latest score for Hull FC in that one. Well, Widnes opened the scoring in the Lamport Stadium through Joe Mellor before Corey Patterson equalised in the first half. Then a Christian Inu penalty gave the Vikings that 2-point lead they would have been desperate to hold on to. But Matty Russell try on his return after a sensational Gareth O'Brien pass has given the home side a 10-8 lead at half-time. Well, they've got a country and western themed event today at the Lamport Stadium, and plenty have come out in their fancy dress. Bumper occasion here's the planes again. They destroyed us last time. Air shows, planes landing, provided the background noise last time we covered Toronto Wolfpack. Let's go now to the commentary team and let's hear from Ben Pro as the second half is about to get underway.
Thanks very much, Brian. Yes, the picture for the qualifiers and the £1 million game place is changing all the time. It's a fascinating race in 2018. And as things stand, remember, Toronto would join Leeds and Salford in the automatic promotion places. Due to that latest in Toulouse, so much could change, so much has changed. Gareth O'Brien, we saw just a moment ago his contribution to the £1 million game. Settled it a couple of years ago. He doesn't want to go through that again. At the moment, his side will avoid that fate. And a fascinating 40 minutes still to go in this one.
Oh, wouldn't that be an amazing story, Ben? Toronto Wolfpack, newly entered into League One, promoted at the first time of asking, and then getting into Super League automatically. I mean, that would be the stuff that dreams would be made for everybody involved in the Wolfpack and their owner, David Argyle. But as you said, and rightly so, we say it with a note of caution, don't we? Because there are so many twists and turns in this qualifying series still to come, not least the 40 minutes in front of us.
Absolutely, would be back-to-back promotions. That's the aim. So much to happen in these last two qualifiers matches, and you can follow the drama every step of the way with us here on Sky Sports. Widnes in possession first up, trailed by 2. Head so much of that first period. Olberson been impressive since he's come on from the bench. White gets the ball away for Wild. Another substitute. That's a great pass for Mellor, and Mellor with some space. Mellor still going.
He's got some space and he has some speed, but they've managed to get back with Wheeler and deny him now. Last player, kick to the left.
Crossfield kick from Liam Finn. It's a measured kick, and Mason Caton-Brown just about the right side of the line as far as the Toronto Wolfpack are concerned. The tackle came in from Buckley.
No, he's done really well there as Mason Caton-Brown. He extended the arms to make sure the ball was still in play before not having to restart from under the sticks and concede a dropout. It's going to be a tough set, though, first of all in possession for the Toronto Wolfpack, because this Widnes Vikings side have come out and decided to step up a gear in the opening couple of minutes of this second half.
Jack Buchanan took the first carry, and that's Russell who plays the ball. Now Caton-Brown. Last one already, only 32 metres made. Speared forward.
Catch by Mellor.
Brilliant take from Mellor. Toulouse extend their advantage 34 points to 19 over Hull Kingston Rovers.
Well, Ben, I wonder if that news is going to filter its way through to Toronto and perhaps even onto the field, because in terms of a carrot for this Toronto Wolfpack side, there's none bigger than the idea of being promoted automatically into Super League. That would be probably beyond their expectations at the start of this qualifying series, and yet that is exactly what they were likely to face now. I mean, Toulouse very much look like they're going to close that game out and be victors there, because the other permutations in that setup of victory and the closeness of the points difference of victory of any kind really for the Toronto Wolfpack would move them into those automatic qualification places. Just extraordinary stuff.
They've got to repel the threat from Widnes first, and Christine has escaped. Christine has support. Will he need it? Christine's going to go in himself, and the first try of the second half is a Widnes try, and the Vikings are back in front. Talk about permutations, but Toronto need to do their bit. Now they trail by 2. Christine, so important, the 30-year-old to this Widnes side.
Well, that's why the Vikings were so pleased to see him back in the side. Puts himself in the right place in attack and defence so often. Eventually, the ball's going to come up for him. Toronto don't need to worry about what's happening anywhere other than right in front of them here, because this Widnes side have shown in the start, the 3 minutes we've had since half-time, they're not going to die wondering. If they're going to fall out of Super League, it won't be because they've just took the ball up the jumper and taken no risks. They have to promote the ball. They have to chance their arm to break through Toronto's defence. They've done it here at the start of the second half to nudge themselves ahead.
Back in the second row this week, having missed the wins over Halifax or the win over Halifax in the defeat to Leeds. A decade with the club, Christine. Doubles his tally for the qualifiers. Got one in the opening loss to London.
Massive kick from Kristen Inu. Hugely important from the sideline. He's fresh, he's rested. Had that half-time break to recover. The significance of this. He knows. I think we need to nail one from the sideline. It's right now.
Six-time New Zealand international, a picture of concentration. Simon Finnegan, the assistant, watching on in the background. There is Inu's attempt. Just pulled it. Widnes back in front. Toronto 10, the Vikings 12 now.
Yeah, it's a good line running. Liam Finn has been able to attract Chase Stanley, and it's the line ultimately of Christine that he chooses to run, which takes him into the initial hole, and then switch a ball into the opposing hand, gives him the fend option on Gareth O'Brien. Not needed in the end. He's got enough pace there, not enough time for Gareth O'Brien to shut him down before he got across the line. The lead changes hands once again. Widnes 12 points to 10. It's been an altogether brighter start, hasn't it, from the visit inside the Vikings in this second 40.
And exactly the same score by which they won in Perpignan last year. Crucially, it was a win that kept them in Super League for 2018. Almost 5 gone second half. Try scorer Christine in possession. Into the tackle there of Buchanan.
Good run by Alverson. Look, bounced through a few tackles. He's made a lot of ground. The Vikings now need to advance forward on the back of that as White does exactly that. Late pass to Houston.
Alverson with his 200th career appearance against Halifax last week, and impressive again on the bench this afternoon. Last tackle, Finn goes high. Mason Cater-Brown underneath it.
Buckley's doing what he needs to do, isn't he? Get up, show your enthusiasm, close down your opponent.
Just 4 points the difference. At the KCOM Stadium, Hull FC 20, Catalan 16 in the Super 8s.
The tackle on Russell, stopping Russell and Mason Cater-Brown. Key focus here in the second half for Widnes. Both very dangerous players.
There was the 25-year-old Mason Cater-Brown. Filtered brilliantly by Wheeler.
Brown's found Russell. He's chopped down though, just 20 metres on the last play.
It is a quick play of the ball, and this is the last one. Wallace with the kick.
That's another poor kick, isn't it, Phil? We've spoken about this a number of times. He's just not giving his own players a chance to compete for the ball.
Oh. Just going back, the Buckley thought he had his foot in the in-goal area, didn't he? He was expecting a tap on the 20. The referee said play on, and he got mixed up with the lines. There's several on the pitch.
I just think they can do more. I think Toronto can do more in attack. I think they're rushing the last tackle options, not considered enough, and it's certainly not executed in the way that you would expect them to be. They're not giving their outside backs a chance to compete for that. And whilst they may well be getting towards the end of the set and holding Widnes, then they're risking this sort of stuff, Ben.
Urgency from Joe Mellor. Brilliant run around with Patrick Arvan. Stalled slightly as Christine picks up. Referee says last tackle. Up in the air from Finn. Great work from O'Brien. Climbed highest against Runciman. Chase Stanley gets the ball away.
Yeah, you're right. Change of approach here now. They started to move the ball, haven't they? And once they realise. I mean, for a large part of the season, they were a very entertaining side. In more recent weeks, it seems to me they've gone more conservative. I mean, they turned up at the Magic weekend midway through this season, entertained and delighted all of us with a lot of the play.
They've been allowed to do a little bit less, I think. They've been facing better organised defences.
Hand in from Buckley. 6 more for Toronto Wolfpack. Ackers away from the play the ball, and that's a really good run from Sidlow. Sidlow still going. Adam Sidlow. Important tackle from Mellor, but it's a really quick play the ball. They turn the heat up in attack here now, Toronto Wolfpack. Just 2 gone, and look where they are, poor Rowley's men. Big examination coming up for the Vikings. Wallace in possession. Short pass this time. That's Buchanan. Desperate defence from Houston. Camped under the posts. Andy Ackers. Ackers trying to go himself. There's 4 in the tackle to repel the threat for the Vikings. Approaching the 50-minute mark. And they're going to go over here. Too much power from Corey Patterson. But it's not done.
Well, the referee seemed to have been in a good position. He managed to have a front-on angle. Patterson's not happy with it. But he said, no, you've lost the ball going over the line. It's a very brave tackle. We stopped the game here. Now, Toronto player is treated on the field. What a massive play. Adam Sidlow sits back up again. That right arm more heavily strapped.
20-metre bet.
Injury may not be related to the arm, though. More like the chest.
Checking his ribs, I think.
Would love to see this tackle here again. Ackers is held short of it. And then Corey Patterson got over for one with his power in the first half. Widnes on their own line. And he charges onto it. Bounces through Joe Lyons. It's a brave tackle from the young standoff for Widnes. He gets low, puts his body in the way, and he just drops the ball. The in-goal judge, I think, is the one who's advised the referee, is it perhaps? The referee, the green shirt, I should say, was in a brilliant position.
I think Sam Wilde has come over the top as well and added a little last-ditch clatter. How important may that be?
Move back, hold, go on.
Let off for Widnes.
2, move, hold, go 2.
Dixon on Haraki.
3, move, hold.
Again, Andrew Dixon moves in. Another defensive stint. This is Oberson. Buchanan with the shoulder alongside Sidlow.
We've got a not-so-secret weapon here, Danny Walker, the number guy just passing the ball for Widnes. He's come on as a hooker to try and look for some gaps in the middle of the field against these bigger, more older, experienced Toronto side.
Last tackle, Finn goes aerial. It's taken brilliantly by Buckley. Manages to get the ball away as well, and 0 tackle called, and Dean can continue this attack now for the Widnes Vikings.
0.
You have to ride your luck, take your chances. They've kicked it. They've got another set here now.
1.
It's a fantastic opportunity. 10 minutes almost into this second half to strike again. Walker takes it.
Walker away that time for Finn. Just 5 metres away now, the Vikings. Walker will be. Feints to go one way and gives it short this time.
3. Move now.
Oberson attempting to reverse his way over the line.
With a short pass, are they going to be so successful here, Toronto?
No try, 20.
No try against Harrison Hansen, says Robert Hicks.
Lost possession over the line is what Robert Hicks has adjudged.
Exactly as Corey Patterson did at the other end just a moment or so ago.
They need to be... I mean, the significance of these plays that are happening here, we're going to know an awful lot more half an hour from now, but neither side can afford to be giving up opportunities and chances at the rate they are.
Was that forward from Matty Russell? Elsewhere, Toulouse 34, Hull Kingston Rovers 23, Catalan ahead at Hull as well.
Great afternoon of rugby league.
Some space for Ashton Sims. Just 30 metres away from that Widnes Vikings line. Long ball for Mason Caton-Brown. He puts it on the toe as well. It's a good kick, but it's too much on it. 20-metre restart. The tension around the Lamport Stadium inside the last half hour. Who will come away with a priceless 2 points in this engrossing qualifier series? Penalty Widnes.
That's a cheap penalty to concede. Hands in an attempt to try and disrupt the flow, slow down the play of the ball. The Widnes Vikings get a free ride out of their own 20-metre area. And these are dangerous. What look like fairly innocuous penalties given away at one end of the field can very often end up costing you at the other.
Liam Finn puts the ball into touch. Widnes start this set just 45 metres or so away from that Toronto line. The lively, great Walker moves in. England Academy International, I should say, just 19 years of age.
Said a forward pass, haven't they, to Harrison Hansen. It's a shame so early in that set. He crashed into 3 defenders anyway. Wasn't going to get much further downfield. And both teams attempting to carry down. You see Corey Patterson instructing his teammates to just slow down. Sometimes you need to slow it down, sometimes you need to speed it up and making that decision at the right time. It's crucial now with such intense
Number 32, Darcy Lawson.
to this match.
And number 10, Ashton Sim.
They surrendered the initiative to Toronto. It was McCrone who fed the scrum, and Wallace gets the ball away.
One, move, Tristan. Hold. Go on.
In with the tackle. It's Matty Russell.
Stand. Hold.
Good work on him, wasn't it? 4 men, they know how dangerous he can be. He's injured his left ankle. Came into a run from there. You cast your mind back just a couple of seasons, what he was like in Super League. Possibly the best dummy half runner, picking it up and scooting and making ground, causing so much trouble, finding a quick play of the ball. No quick play of the ball on this occasion.
Missed the defeat of Toulouse last week, Matty Russell. He's played 10 of 15 since moving to the Lamport Stadium.
Ankle just trapped in that tackle with Inu.
Pain etched on the face of the 25-year-old.
Certainly had his issues with injury as Matty Russell, but you're right, Phil, on his day, one of the very best ball runners. Electric, good to watch from a fan's point of view, from those watching at home. You know, it was always box office, and that's exactly what Toronto wanted him for. It looks like he's going to be able to run that one off. He's got that caught in the tackle.
Appeared in both major finals with Warrington 2 years ago, Matty Russell. Here is Ashton Sims, meanwhile, the one who played in both of those matches. And the Ackers. This is Chase Stanley now. Faced by Christine, that's a good tackle. And the last, O'Brien. And McCrone. Wallace tries to throw a dummy. He's going to have to take that tackle from Sam Wilde. And the ball turned over to Widnes.
Yeah, and if there is a criticism of this Toronto Wolfpack, it's how, certainly on today's evidence, how they've finished their sets, what they've done to put the opposition under pressure on the last tackle. They've got them inside their own 20, having a good look at that Widnes try line. He's not asking enough questions, in my view.
Catalan will take the 2 points back across the channel. They've won at Hull.
That's 2, get square, hold, go 2.
Danny Walker in again.
And Hull FC's run of losses continues, doesn't it? It extends. What a really disappointing end to the season for them.
Urgency from Walker. Good tackle from McCrone on Dean.
Not so sure where they're going here now with this, are they?
They managed to get the ball wide to Patrick Garvan. Wheeler and Patterson in the tackle. Last one for Widnes.
Not played out, backwards.
Left-footed kick there. Backed himself again there. That ankle seemed to have recovered.
Put some stress on it there, Matty Russell. Tackle came in from Wilde. Now it's Toronto's turn to give the ball some air. They've done really well to get the ball to Chase Stanley here. And Stanley through the first tackle as well.
They seem more willing to take risks in their own half than their opponents. And maybe from this point on, then they've climbed up now. Again, back to the left-hand side. Let's give it some air, they say.
McCrone to Wallace. Here is O'Brien. And O'Brien just tackled by Wilde. Patterson. Blake Wallace again. Olsi Krasniki on from the bench.
These are the two tackles that are key. It's what happens now and what happens on the last play.
Ackers bossing things. Goes himself from dummy half.
Right.
Quick play the ball. Here is Wallace. And Wallace has crashed over. Blake Wallace with what could be a crucial try for Toronto. 4 points to put them back in front. And the Lamport Stadium applauds Blake Wallace.
Well, it's a set that had momentum right from the word go. The ball not played at, said the referee, picked up, spread wide on the first tackle. Chase Stanley takes the tackle, they spread left. Gareth O'Brien is caught. The set culminates on that last tackle after an Andy Ackers dart from Blake Wallace. Nice little subtle left foot step, takes him on the inside of Harrison Hansen. The good work as well by Ashton Sims, he was running a really convincing lead line to the right-hand side of him. Isn't Blake Wallace happy? The lead changes hands once again. We were talking about the way they ended sets, we were talking about the questions they were going to ask of a Widnes defence that has gained some confidence in recent weeks but must be paper thin, and they've scratched away at the surface and revealed that there are cracks there in that confidence.
Thought that was you.
Toronto with an opportunity after this kick to go 4 points in front.
Blake Wallace, a try in the win over London here 3 weeks ago, now level with last year's tally in Toronto colours. And O'Brien, as you say, John, with a chance to open up a 4-point lead for Toronto Wolfpack. Formality really from right in front, and the Wolfpack lead by 16 points to 12.
I think they were rewarded for playing some rugby, didn't they? Went from one side of the field to the other, lots of passes, lots of players moving around the ball. Got some quick play of the balls as a result. Widnes can't get back, and he's just managed to throw that dummy, crash over from close range. Will they revert to a more conservative approach again now that they have a 4-point lead?
3 minutes short of the hour mark, and the lead changes hands for the third time. Compelling chapter in a compelling battle. And these qualifiers full time in Toulouse. And Olympique have won by 34 points to 23 against Hull Kingston Rovers.
Hold, go on.
Means London stay fifth.
2. Move now, hold it 10. Hold on 2.
This is Ashton Sims.
Get square, Tom. Hold, go 3.
Luluai muscles up in defence.
Hold me, hold, go 4.
Ackers. That's Patterson.
Go.
Wallace kicks off the island. A good set in attack for Toronto Wolfpack. Exactly what was needed to follow up the try.
They'll be content with it, won't they? And the job's now to recover, catch the breath here, put the focus and effort into defending there the next set. Had some great lines, been running forward quickly to close down Widnes in periods of this match. He's going to be able to play it quickly.
The remaining 20 minutes of this game, is really significant for both teams, Ben. Toronto will start with, that's the obvious one, with the results going the way that they have done. They could end up in the automatic promotion places, but there's a flip side to that, isn't there, Ben?
That's right, John. Results in Toulouse and London. If it stays like this, Widnes would be relegated. They are the stakes we are playing for in the qualifiers in 2018. The drama at the Lamport Stadium, a minute short, or 30 seconds now of the hour mark, as Houston takes it forward for the Vikings.
So it's a late challenge, and referee Robert Hicks very quick to try and break up a potential skirmish. It's a late hit on Houston,
time off,
which is going to result in a penalty to the Widnes Vikings. Olsi Krasnicki's going and apologising there.
Come on.
As Houston went to the line, we're seeing what happened in the aftermath of that. Houston's got in for a retaliatory shot on Olsi Krasnicki. I think it was Houston who was taken late by Krasnicki earlier in that play. Either way, it's a penalty to the Widnes Vikings.
Keep coming.
They have 20 minutes left to do something about trying to secure and hang on to Super League status for next season. They lose and they are gone.
A 7-year stay in the top flight, hanging by a thread for the Widnes Vikings. What have they got left in this last quarter? Sam Wilde takes it forward into the tackle of Andy Ackers. That was Danny Walker. Good run from Hansen.
They need that quick play of the ball. Perhaps interference again from Sims.
Walker again. That's Finn, and he gets the ball to Houston.
Oh,
Chris Houston. How has he been held up there, Chris Houston?
I'll tell you how. Also Krasnicki. That's how. That's an excellent play. Try-saving play from Olsi Krasnicki. He conceded the penalty early on in the midfield area of the field. He saved a try there.
Still in possession of the Vikings. The threat not done yet, and Sam Wilde takes it in. Urgency from Walker again. The kick is too strong. Good option. The execution lacking.
That's really composed play from Gareth O'Brien. Used all his experience there. Was reading the bounce of that ball. Blake Wallace receiving attention in the background as play gets back underway. Really smart play by the fullback. And that's the difference between having to face another set on your own line and being where they are now, which decent bit of momentum has taken on the first tackle approach in the middle of the field.
And those decisions could be the difference in 19 minutes or so as Krasnicki takes the ball forward strongly again. Christine with an important tackle. It was on Andrew Dixon, but it's going to be a penalty for Toronto. Too long in the tackle.
Decision whether to kick at goal to extend the lead or to put the ball in the corner and attempt to score.
Oh, you stick it in the corner at this point, don't you? You've got all the momentum. I don't know. I suppose it takes it out to a converted try, but that looked very much to me. You know, Toronto looked like a completely different side on the front foot, don't they? And that's what they had there. They had momentum and looked like they had Widnes just rocking a little bit. They're going to take the two. That takes them out to a converted score. Increases the pressure, I suppose, which changes the way that everybody plays.
Got to bring this home strong, yeah? Accurate, less is more.
O'Brien successful with 2 from 4 already this afternoon. Looking for that 6-point lead, the converted try ahead. 17 to go. He's pulled that, so the deficit stays. The advantage, I should say, for Toronto stays at 4 points. They lead by 16 points to 12.
Definitely should have gone for the corner. They do get the ball back, though. That's significant, isn't it? You know, the ball went dead. They do get possession back. It's a drop out in the 20. In Widnes, well, they've only got that 4-point deficit to overcome. The clock ticks on.
They've been over the try line twice in this second half and held up on both occasions. You know, they're going to get over, they're going to get very close to getting over again at least once. Bounces awkwardly in front of Stanley. The next time they get close or over it, they have to put the ball down. It's as simple as that.
It was Runciman with the tackle, and then Lulawai puts the shoulder in. Another big collision, not the first this afternoon on Ashton Sims. And the Ackers away, this time for Lussick. Another big hit, another big collision coming in for Hansen. Compelling last 16 here. 4 points the difference. Houston comes in, lines his man up. That was Krasnicki, he plays the ball. Now Ackers. Really good run. Last one, Wallace. McCrone. Oh, into the breadbasket, really. Did well, though, Liam Finn, to react and collect that ball.
And you wonder whether news has filtered through to the Widnes Vikings on the field of what's going on elsewhere in the world of rugby league today, because that was a defensive set with some real conviction, some real bite about it.
Christine played the ball. This is Runciman into the tackle of Lussick. Houston. That's Inu. Patterson with the tackle. Walker. Hansen again, looking for the offload, but immediately the ball was shut down. Ashton Sims in quickly. Corey Patterson in there quickly. High kick again. Mason Caton Brown, faultless underneath that, gets rid of his man as well.
I do feel as though they're on the front foot now, the Toronto Wolfpack. It looks that way, doesn't it? They're tipping the field in their favour. Two good runs from the two wingers. Fullbacks controlling things. There's another penalty here in front of the posts.
Couldn't live with Matty Russell's urgency there, Widnes.
Well, if you thought they were going to take the penalty last time, they'd probably say they'd take the penalty here. But again, you know, the momentum that they're generating with the back three. Great work by Mason Caton Brown, and then there by Matty Russell. They're really on the front foot, get the penalty. Why not put it in the corner and have a really, really close look at the opposition? Again, going for the two that on offer. What do you think about that, Phil?
Kick 2 points. They could be attacking, throw a pass, interception the other end, and you're behind. So why would you turn down what is... It's probably an 80% chance he's going to get 2 more points here. It's very unlikely if he misses this kick.
You're saying 80% chance?
Because he's in the centre of the field. If you look at goal kickers and their accuracy, it gets obviously high, up to 100% when you get to the centre of the field. Very few players miss. Very rarely will you see a goal kicker, a regular goal kicker, miss a conversion in the centre part of the field.
This sounds very much like a commentator's curse again.
If it is, I'll blame the pressure.
And there will be significant pressure from this kick. But he's used to it, he's experienced, and he's high class, he's Gareth O'Brien.
O'Brien then. Straight between the posts on this occasion. And it moves Toronto out to a converted try advantage. 18 points as well, the difference now.
And it all came, didn't it, from the willingness of that back three to work. They'll really put the hammer down. Mason Caton Brown crabbing across field and then straightening up, finding the floor, really fighting to play and generate some momentum for his team. Matty Russell the same. And it can be that simple for them. They continue to show that sort of attitude. They're going to be very, very difficult to peg back on their own midden.
Have possession back as well. Widnes just need the ball. Dean with the tackle on Sidlow. Mason Caton Brown. 4 metres forward. Good metres after contact there. Ashton Sims. Exactly what's required from a Toronto point of view. Solid carries, punishing carries. That was Krasniki. This is Sidlow.
Doesn't he get any pressure on the kicker? Otherwise, it's going to be a tricky catch.
There is pressure on McCrone. He does get the kick away. Mella need the counter for the Widnes Vikings. It's a really good run as well from Joe Mella.
Brilliant play. That's what they need, don't they, to spread them up. One-on-one from McCrone. Well, the home support's lifted here now. We were worried for a moment, and Joe Mella went siding through the defence.
How significant could that moment be in this match? Mason Caton Brown. Toronto with their tails up.
Well, he's now going to be penalised here for 2 men in the tackle. Two people around Mason Caton Brown, who's been really impressive, hasn't he, in the last 15 minutes. His eye-catching runs.
What are you doing now? Now you're going for the corner. You have to.
2 for 2.
You have to.
Why? 6 points for trying a goal, John.
I think the Toronto have got the opportunity to put their foot on Widnes' throat here and close this game out.
He's played in games where he knows that 1 point can be important. Two will be significant here.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. That's why I'm not a coach.
Just win some maths.
Only last weekend, in fact, he was the drop goal hero against Toulouse, Gareth O'Brien, with that one-pointer, just as he was for Salford in the £1 million game, famously 2 years ago. Again elects to go for 2 points here. So he kicked the drop goal last week, but 0 from 3 with the boot. Otherwise, and this would put the Wolfpack 2 scores clear. 2 more points from Gareth O'Brien, and Toronto now lead by 20 points to 12. And Widnes needs something quickly inside the last 10 minutes. And their Super League status is hanging by a thread here, the Vikings.
Well, they knew they had to take some risks if they wanted to win here. That's just been amplified. They have to really throw the ball around. Firstly, they're going to have to get their hands on it, which is difficult, isn't it? You'd have to imagine that they're going to contest this kick-off here. They can't just kick deep and hope to get the ball back in the last 9.5 minutes to score twice. The clock stopped. The referee wants to check the ball. They're not happy with the pressure in it. So Kristen Inu requests another ball from the ball boys.
Most daylight we've had between these two all afternoon. 8 points the difference.
Stay on. Stay on. Come.
Inu with the restart. Oh, and it's been spilled by Gareth O'Brien.
There would have been a penalty, wouldn't it? We went from one Toronto player to another, but the referee says play on. It's a 0 tackle. They've kept it alive again. Here's Mellor.
It was a flick from Inu for Mellor, and then over the top it does find Runciman, and Runciman's still going. It's got Buckley for company. 0 tackle call by Robert Hicks. Gilt-edged opportunity here for Widnes Vikings. They need to do something with this, you feel. Hansen.
Hold the line, Aston.
McCrone with the tackle. Walker. That was Finn. Now it's Chris Dean. Krasnicki with the tackle. Finn again. Takes the tackle himself this time. Sidlow in there. Sims in there. Move to the right. Mellor, and it's dropped. Kristen Inu, I think. Patterson on the free play. They won't have too many opportunities. And Francis Cummins knows they need to make the most of them.
Well, they kept the ball like that. He throws the ball early, doesn't he, Joe Mellor? He gives him a one-on-one against Gary Wheeler. He's lost it in the sense of excitement amongst the home supporters who can almost see the finish line here. 8-point lead, 8 minutes to play.
Robert Hicks calls time off. Hot afternoon. Breather for the players. Widnes know time is running out here. They've propped up Super League for the last 2 years, the Vikings. They've lost all 13 away from home this year, remember. Staring down the barrel at the Lamport Stadium. Deprived of the ball as well as Russell takes that first carry. This is Dixon. Ackers. Houston puts the shoulder in. There's Emmett with that carry. Sidlow now. Another one with Vikings connections, played in the academy. 5 Widnes appearances back in 06-07.
This is
sweet for him, but they've got the ball back, and Dean had it initially. On the back of that, it's Walker. Exactly what Widnes needed.
They need quick play the balls, don't they? This Toronto defence, when it's organised, it's hard to break through, but with some speed and a penalty here now, they're going to get close to the line. They've been close before. High tackle. Joe Lyons kick to touch. Not a single second to be wasted now. They're attempting to survive in Super League in 2019, you need to strike soon.
Joe Lyons, formerly a Widnes Academy captain.
Hold, go.
Luluai plays the ball. This is Houston now.
2, move now, back in.
Can't offload the ball.
Hold, go, he shortened it.
Walker. Right-hand side with Wild.
3, move.
Grand finalist
Go.
in 2016, Sam Wild with Warrington.
4,
Haraki now
line.
into
Go.
Dixon's tackle. Finn. Not the best pass, evades Mellor. Just manages to get the ball 3 at the last to Buckley. They've gone backwards and lost momentum. Here is the last chance in the last chance saloon for the Widnes Vikings.
Still last. Play on.
Gratefully dived upon by the Toronto Wolfpack. Another chance missed.
Really poor attacking set from the Widnes Vikings. You look at where the setup was, it was ideal. Most teams, whatever level they're playing at, they will have a setup in the first 2 or 3 plays set in an attacking set from a penalty, if not the entire set, with a couple of variations depending on where defenders put their numbers and how they react based on where they are on the field. That just looked devoid of ideas, and the execution was poor on the 4th play, the strike play from right to left, not managing to connect up between Finn and Mellor. And Macron is awarded another set of 6. It's Liam Finn who's been adjudged to have charged down or played for that kick. Macron suffering for some cramp or buying some time. You take your pick.
Don't forget, after the game we have some more rugby league action.
As things stand,
just like last game, we have the
Toronto
Rugby League Select. So
will move
stick around,
into that 3rd crucial spot, and with it, automatic promotion to Super League.
But with another game still to be played, isn't there? You know, we've just got to stress that.
Absolutely, Phil. That won't help Widnes, though, because the other side of the coin is that Widnes will be saying goodbye to Super League after 7 years in the top flight. These are the stakes at the Lamport Stadium.
There'll be some Super League supporters searching on the internet for potential flights to Toronto next year, starting to look at hotels and opportunities, famous tourist sites to visit in that area, because it might well become a possibility for them if they can continue this winning run.
The fairy tale of back-to-back promotions very much alive for Toronto Wolfpack. They lead by 8. 4.5 to go. Emmett played the ball. That's Patterson.
Quite simply, Widnes have got to survive this set and score the next.
Wallace taken by a Vikings hand.
Well, the kick went into Patrick Arvan, yeah, it was Arvan, and then they've managed to push him over the sideline. So I think Toronto get possession back here. We'll wait to see what the referee signals.
Look at the congratulations that Blake Wallace is receiving from his teammates. They know how important that contribution was.
Patrick Arvan gets the ball, and immediately with Russell and Co taken out of play.
Tough fives all round. Tough one for Pat Arvan, that, isn't it? Didn't really have much time to react to anything. Found himself with the ball in his hands, and 3 members of the Wolfpack surrounding him.
Ball, please, Blake. Out.
Wheeler now to put them clear. They're 8 points ahead. Widnes already need to score twice. The end game approaching now as far as the Vikings are concerned. Toronto won't care about that. They want 3rd place. Here is Jake Emmett. It's Walker with the tackle. That's Macron. Here is Stanley now. Chase Stanley trying to put the footwork on. Runciman among 4, 5 Widnes tacklers. Stanley groggily to his feet. Approaching the last 3 minutes. Macron. Here is the last one. Bezic. That's Sidlow. Ball's come free, but look where Widnes collect this.
No advantage. Turnover.
Will be the turnover, though. Deep, deep in their own half.
And in deep trouble as well, Ben. There's just over 2.5 minutes to play. Even at this stage, you feel it's too much for them. They need to go. They need to go now, and it needs to be a converted score if they're to stand any chance. I think what we're looking at here is the end of a 7-year journey for the Widnes Vikings.
We're keeping alive here with Finn. They're shifting the ball with Mellor.
Here is Runciman. He gets the offload away. Evades Mellor, picks up Lloyd White. Dixon with the tackle. Mellor for Finn. Some space on that right-hand side for Patrick Alban, perhaps. Will he stay in the field of play this time? Russell who makes the tackle.
Move, hold, go for it.
4 gone for Widnes. This is Dean in some space. Runciman, what can he do? Runciman outside. That was Buckley. Gets it back over the top. They're not going to die wondering here, Widnes. 1.5 minutes to go. Good kick as well. Just shuttled there. Desperate defence from Matty Russell and the Toronto Wolfpack, but they know that is exactly enough for them. 8 points they lead.
Razor sharp reactions from Matty Russell. A big contribution from him today. It's Joe Lyons who has bobbed the kick over. He needed to be on the spot there, did Matty Russell, and he was exactly that. Oh, just over a minute now.
The game-breaking moment was about in the 60th minute, wasn't it? When Chris Houston got over the try line but was held up at that point in time. From then they've never really got close to scoring again. With the time left, it's probably not going to be enough to get the 9 points they'd need to win this. Defending in your in goal now. We've raised the bar, haven't we? It's not just good defending your try line. Even when your opponents get over the try line, preventing them from scoring, which is what Toronto essentially did at that point. Well, Chris Houston has been the key to one more step up the ladder to the ultimate destination of Super League.
There was a contribution by Olsi Krasnicki, wasn't it? After conceding a penalty that put Toronto underneath their own sticks, he's come up with the try-saving tackle and holding that ball up for Houston. You know, moment of great consequence, it seems, for Toronto Wolfpack and for the Widnes Vikings this evening.
London have beaten Salford. Toulouse have defeated Hull Kingston Rovers already this afternoon. Another compelling afternoon in the qualifiers. Toronto lead by 8 against Widnes inside the last minute. Last chance for the Vikings. More good defence when it's needed from Mason Cater-Brown.
A great decision it's been by Toronto to recruit him. Not that long ago, Liam Kay, I should say, out with injury. He's been a star for them on the wing so far this season, but he won't play again this season, and Mason Cater-Brown's really come in and added value at this late stage.
Hey, no, you don't, no, really. So, that's no. And that again.
Former Widnes man Gareth O'Brien. Drop goal hero against Toulouse last week. Drops out with 30 seconds or so to go. 30 seconds of top flight life left for the Widnes Vikings. A sad day for Francis Cummins. Runciman. As the hooter goes, Widnes in possession. Still with Lloyd White. It's going to be the last play here. Ball thrown and just hacked over the sideline by Gareth O'Brien, the former Widnes loanee. It's the end of the road in Super League for the Widnes Vikings. They leave the top flight after 7 years, but Toronto move in to the automatic promotion places. The dream continues for Paul Rowley's men. Incredible day in the qualifiers. Wins, as I say, already for London and for Toulouse. But it's desperate scenes as far as the Widnes Vikings are concerned. Delight for Toronto Wolfpack. They move into third on a significant day in the qualifiers. A compelling day in the qualifiers. It's finished here. Toronto Wolfpack 20, Widnes Vikings 12.
Well, in 2019, Widnes will have to settle into life outside the top flight 30 years after being crowned World Club Championship. As Ben said, their 7-year stay in Super League comes to an end. Just 3 Super League wins all year and just 1 in the qualifiers with 1 game to play. Gives them no chance now of making the £1 million game. 20 points to 12, and the dream for David Argyle and the Toronto Wolfpack of back-to-back promotions and Super League in 2019 is very much alive. Right, here is the updated table. Remembering Leeds Rhinos and Halifax will be in action tomorrow. Presently, 4 sides locked up on 8 points. The £1 million game positions currently held by Hulkingston Rovers, who were defeated by Toulouse over in France. Magnificent win for the French side. London Broncos, who beat Salford today. They are in 6th spot, but they play Halifax in the last game, a match they would be confident of securing a result in. It has been a great day for the championship in the Super 8 qualifiers. Well, as luck would have it, we have Salford and Toulouse to start our qualifiers action next week, 7:30 p.m. on Sky Sports Action and Sky Sports Main Event. Then we'll bring you Toronto Wolfpack's trip to take on the Leeds Rhinos at Headingley, 7:30 p.m. the following day on Sky Sports Arena. And same channel next Saturday, London Halifax at 7 p.m. A reminder, Sunday, September 30th, it will be the Melbourne Storm against the Sydney Roosters, who were victorious over South Sydney today, fighting it out in the NRL Grand Final at 9:30 a.m. Sky Sports Arena next Sunday. Thanks very much for your company today on a massive day in the qualifiers. We'll see you next time.
Sky Sports. Feel it all.
Just looking to pass, earn the right to play, go forward.
Gale to Hardacre. Hardacre to Minikin. Wide to Eden. 31 for the season.
Don't miss our best offer for superfast broadband at just £25 a month for 18 months, including line rental. And there's no activation fee for existing Sky TV customers. Plus, it's super fast, super reliable, and will never slow you down. So get super fast broadband for just £25 a month with no activation fee, exclusively for existing Sky TV customers. Search Sky Broadband. Pre-order Disney Pixar's Incredibles 2 in Sky Store.
In a way, it's all a matter of time. You're not alone. I'll wait till the end of time for you.
Lloyds Bank, by your side. Before you take a Riviera travel tour, you can rest assured we've sampled every part of it ourselves. We've met the owners, tasted the wine, and sampled the local delicacies, so you can enjoy discovering the best of every destination. With more than 80 tours, including new destinations now available for 2019, our award-winning tours cost less than you think at rivieratravel.co.uk. The world within reach.
He's my data self. We met at Experian. And because I know his financial history, I can help him decide which personal loan to choose.
Unfortunately, I also let him choose this weekend away.
You said you wanted to get back to nature.
I need the loo. This will be interesting.
Morning. Good morning.
Find out how your data self can help you make better financial decisions at Experian.
Everything we're made of powers everything you're made of. Special K, powering you.
Dine for $9.99 from Domino's. Any size pizza for only $9.99 each when you buy 2 or more. Domino's, the official food of everything.
In Compton, you join a gang, or you find another way to survive. My horse was headed to the slaughterhouse when I got her. I think maybe, did I save the horse, or did the horse save me?
Guinness, some are made of more.
Grow your business by accepting credit and debit cards with the SumUp card reader. No fixed contract, no monthly fees. Order now at sumup.co.uk for only £29.
I can find and fund my car.
Visit the home of feel-good car buying today.
Find and fund my car.com.
Joshua returns to defend his world heavyweight titles at Wembley Stadium.
What a fight!
Live on Sky Sports Box Office.